Hello, Earth signs. It's Earth signs' turn. Today is Sunday when I'm recording this. I just lost my place, unfortunately. That's sad. You're an Earth sign. So you're a Taurus, you're a Virgo or a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and you're here for your cosmic weather report for the week of November 30th, 2020, also known as the first week of December, because December 1st is upon us on Tuesday. So we start off Monday with the moon in Gemini on the end of a lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse. This is pretty big energy. It's a lot of intensity. And we talked a bit about this last week, and I gave you some information and some suggestions on how to utilize the energy of last week leading up to the eclipse. So today it's sort of culminating. Today, Sunday, and also tomorrow, Monday Moon Day. So even though the fullness will be bursting as we're sleeping, most of us will be asleep when it takes place at about 1 a.m. Monday morning. So the moon will burst. I like to call it bursting. That's not really what it's doing. Just follow me here. Once that sort of pressure point is broken, I experience it as a great release. And so tonight, while the energy is really building for me, and today, it's not even nighttime, it's daytime, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot I'm trying to accomplish. The feelings are strong. The energy out in the world is really sort of hectic. And I'm trying out recording videos in new places, and I haven't quite figured out. So you get to watch this chair. Sorry. But the lighting is good up here. It's way better than where I've been recording previously, which is in a basement. Anyway, this is way too much information. Listen, Earth sign, let's get into it. Okay, here is what I have jotted down. So Mercury is one of your rulers. It's Virgo's ruler. Mercury is moving into Sagittarius on Tuesday. And this energy is perhaps for a Virgo, might be getting, I want to say it might be a little bit annoying. You may feel annoyed by your own communication. Could be some, I'm going to say like words coming out wrong sort of thing. And this could be any of y'all Earth signs, but it was feeling stronger for Virgo. So we're kind of considering words and use of language here. And I want to consider how words are being used in relationships with other people and in our environment, but really more specifically, how words and thoughts are operating within you, in your mind, words that you're not even speaking out loud, but also definitely taking into consideration the words that make it out of your mouth, because those are essentially casting spells on the world around you and specifically on yourself. If you have children, that's definitely taking place as well. So being careful with our words and mindful. Have you ever been in a situation where your own words were used against you? Perhaps in conflict or an argument, perhaps at work, or perhaps even, I'm actually sensing, in an argument with another Earth sign. And this person feels important and feels like there is some unresolved karma in this area. Ooh, wait. Okay, so it's like, you who are watching this are thinking this way about someone else who is a close person to you. And if they're not an actual Earth sign also, they've been to some extent a rock in your life, because even if there's been drama, you've always sort of come back to each other, and you've always been able to count on this person for being the way that they are that even bothers you is like kind of comforting in a sense, because there's security in that knowingness. And perhaps this relationship goes all the way back to childhood. There does seem to be some element of sexual tension involved, either between the two of you or attraction to one of their partners, or their partner is attracted to you, that created conflict. The remedy. The remedy is actually to be observing what you are thinking. Observing what you are thinking specifically about yourself. But if you want to start with the other person, sometimes it's easier to start this way. So if you're having thoughts about someone else that are, we'll just call them negative or bad, you're having these bad thoughts, they create a feeling within you as you think them. So even if there's something of a relief valve that's being operated when you're thinking these thoughts, it's not helping. It's not actually helping. So it's making you feel worse. Here's what I wrote down. If you can pinpoint how you have used your own words against you, or how you have used your own words against this person in your own mind, taking full accountability for it, then you can be free to some extent from this dynamic and experience a true sense of relief. So I'll say that one more time. If you can pinpoint how you yourself have used your own words against yourself or against this person, and then begin to neutralize that by identifying, wow, part of why I feel like shit is actually because of the way I've been thinking about this person, the story I've been telling myself about this person. There's some potential relief ahead around trauma as it relates to love as well. This feels actually not related to that conflict that I just mentioned. This feels different, like either a different person in your life and I'm still talking to the same person, or I'm talking to a totally different person who didn't relate to what I just said. Relief around trauma and love. And what is available on Thursday and Friday of this week is really some beautiful healing moments in the love department. So connect with your sweetie if you can, and have a date night. If you're single and you don't have someone that you're dating, have a date night with yourself or with your dog or with your kids, okay? Try that. Here's more for earth signs. Okay, earth signs. Touch. Enjoy things that smell and taste good. Connect with and put energy toward feeling good about and in your body. Experience some tantalizing moments, maybe in ways that you haven't had much access to during the quarantine situations that we've been dealing with. So if you haven't been experiencing much sensation through your skin because you haven't been in situations that allowed you to experience touch from other people, one way that I am supplementing is through touching myself. And I don't mean sexually, although I don't mean not sexually, but literally like taking the time to feel what your skin feels like, taking a bath, anything that allows sensation on this beautiful and humongous organ that is our skin. Hair, even touching your hair. If someone could play with your hair, wouldn't that be beautiful? If your child, maybe your child would indulge you, or your partner, even if it's not usually their thing, that could feel super good. Okay, honest assessments of what can be sacrificed. So while we do want to have some indulgence and experiencing of our senses in a way that feels really good, we also want to make some honest assessments about what can be sacrificed so that we can do better for the collective and for ourselves. Edit, curate, refine, and review what took place before without assigning blame. How can we do better, but without making someone at fault or in trouble? That is so that we don't have the energetic tie to that drama of making someone in trouble or at fault. You are weighed down by that. So it is a release to you if you can identify ways that we can do better without vilifying someone, and thus without making yourself a victim. Really, Virgo, I'm talking to you. I do feel Capricorn coming in here. Earth signs in general, this is for all of you, but Taurus, I was definitely talking to you in some ways about what can be sacrificed. Virgo does a lot better with that already, sacrificing in many ways. Taurus, it does seem like there may be something that you have been doing or consuming that is harmful to you and or the planet, and just please, now really is the time to start looking at that honestly and without vilifying yourself, just acknowledging, I probably really don't need that. And considering how it may impact the rest of the planet, or perhaps it impacts your body if you eliminate one of those practices or reduce. Okay. Right use of boundaries versus resorting to being oppressed or controlled, or conversely, being the one who is doing the oppressing as sort of an authoritarian. What I was seeing was this giant wall, and as a representation for sort of laying the hammer down, like this, we won't let this in, or we won't do this thing. And it's not really boundary work that you're doing if you have a giant wall up. That is not what we're talking about when we're talking about having good boundaries around how you interact at work so that you can have a healthy home life, good boundaries with your partner so that you're not stepping all over each other's trauma all the time. Like establishing the boundaries, like I'm okay to talk about this when we're alone together, for instance. I don't feel comfortable talking about that when we're with the kids, or when we're on a Zoom call with the family for our weird Thanksgiving thing that we just did. So working through that and understanding that we don't necessarily need a spreadsheet for all of the different boundaries that we need, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying giant wall boundaries are not the real work. Let's consider how having real conversations with people to maintain our boundaries is really where the gold is. It's really where we begin to have, to evolve within our interpersonal relationships, but then also with that wholeness that we have, bringing that to the world is just really such a beautiful thing. And I know that you have so much to bring to the world. That's it. We don't need a